you know I had an SD card error during a shoot?
What?
In the middle of a shoot, I'm firing a sequence of images, and it said, this card is not writing correctly or something. There was some kind of error. Do you want to try to repair this card? This is in the middle of a shoot. And then I said, no, like, don't repair the damn card. And it was kind of, it read another message. The camera's talking to me now. It's saying, I think you want to...
Like, you should stop and look at me. Yeah. Look at me. Hey, look at me.
I know. And so I started to get nervous. The camera was kind of telling me, like, hey, you should repair these files because they might not be able to be read later. Now I'm shooting to two cars, and I'm afraid, are they both corrupt? Meanwhile, the family's looking at me like, what the hell's he doing?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Why is there terror in his eyes?
Is everything okay, Omar? Everything all right?
So it turns out I did hit repair on the Sony A7 III, and it was totally fine. Both cards were fine. It was scary.
So it fixed your boo-boo, but it made you panic in the process.
Yeah, so I don't know. There's some sort of witchcraft there that the images that are corrupt or being written incorrectly could be fixed on the fly. That's kind of scary. But
it is, because then why, if you could fix it, what went wrong?
Yeah, I don't know. It was definitely during burst. So maybe since both cards are writing a burst of like 6 images, something went wrong. So,
all right, let me move you over from here to here so I can look at the camera and you.
Sounds good. I thought we started already. What the hell?
You know what? We're professionals. That's what we do.
This is a professional podcast.
You know what? Every time I feel like I get professional going as far as my video goes, I jack something up, and I'm like, I'm not a videographer.
Hey, last time you did great. Like last time when we jumped on, I was so surprised that I could actually hear you.
Awesome. Everything worked the first time through. I'm just turning off my phones because we.
Yeah, good idea.
Right. Everything's turned off. I'm ready to give you all my attention.
Yeah, man. Stop looking around when I'm talking.
You know what else I did today that I normally don't do? I cleaned my glasses before I started recording.
No wonder you're so sparkly.
Look at that. I was like, what?
You must touch your eyes a lot with your greasy hands.
I would tell you no, I don't. But then when I look at how smooched my lenses are all the time, I'm like, unless I'm like shooting grease out of my face.
Oh, man.
Hey, let me ask you a question. How come every time you go to sell something, you find something's missing that you don't care about, but in order to sell it, you need to find it because it'll make more money if you have that little piece?
I'll give you one better than that. I've sold something, and the person's coming to pick it up.
Yeah.
And it's like Mission Impossible. I'll be there in 10. And I'm running around looking for the thing that you're talking about. Either like the lens cap. The lens cap was one of the things that I was selling. And it was a Canon lens that had a Nikon lens cap on it.
Oh, my goodness. Yes.
What was your thing?
So I'm debating which camera to sell, right? So I'm just getting everything together. And I can't find the battery cap for my X-T3.
Oh, you don't need that. Just put it in a little Ziploc.
The battery cap, the thing that protects the sensor when there's no lens attached, you need that.
Oh, the body cap.
Yeah, the body cap.
I thought you said the battery cap. I'm
no, the body cap, the thing that protects the sensor when there's no lens. Oh yeah, you need that. You can't ship that butt naked. Now,
put some like masking tape over it.
Like, don't mind me.
And write thanks on it.
You know, on the listing, I'm gonna put like, I'm giving you 10% off whoever buys it because there's no battery cap.
Because there's sand in the sensor. There's sand.
You hear some shaking noise while you're holding it. Don't take it personally. You're all right.
We should talk about selling a little bit because I'm doing that now. You notice all these YouTubers have come out with videos that are like, I'm getting rid of everything. And I think a lot of us are going through that. Yeah.
It makes sense. You know what? That's what happened to me. I just, within less than 60 days, right, I bought the X100F. I loved using it so far every time I've been using it. But then I started thinking, why? Well, first of all, why did I watch the Andrew and Danae video that said I'm getting rid of my stuff?
Yeah.
And he broke it down like, listen, I love my stuff. I just don't use it, or I don't need it like I used to. So it doesn't make sense to have it. And I'm like, he is so right.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
is so
Agreed.
intelligent, and that's what happened. So, I decided that I'm going to take out the XT3 one more time to the streets with me, and the X100F, and see which one I preferred, shooting with.
So let me ask you this, because a lot of times our purchases are emotional.
Hmm.
Which one gives you an emotional response? Like, which one do you like better? Forget performance and whatever. Which one makes you happier?
Holding the X100F is just brings me back to the X100S, which was love for me. The X100F is just anytime I go out, Omar, I have that camera on me.
I
You
know.
know,
So, and
because
that's
it's so
what that
small and
camera is
portable.
great for. That camera is for the bring everywhere and have fun camera. I think it
And
makes
it's
you happier.
it does,
And you know
but
what makes you more miserable is trying to figure out what lenses work for you with the XT3. You know what I'm saying?
that's when the heart and the brain start going back and forth, because I agree with you, but the brain then says, "Dude, look at that viewfinder on the XT3.
Oh, that's true.
Dude, look the second you hold the focus button, it locks.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah. You don't
the
have the
the
little zzz, 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 zzz. Yeah.
dude, the instant the photo is
Who's
crisp and
calling you
super sharp.
dude?
Yeah, it's disrespectful, ain't it? That's so I tell you what.
Yeah, I was
No,
watching your video and I was kind of like, wow, he is torn. Like you don't know what you want is the
no,
thing, is
no, because I love the images coming out of the X100F, but I cannot sit here and pretend that it's lock focus every single time. And like I said in my video, it's not something I noticed when I just carried the X100F by itself.
Yeah.
But when I had the other one with me, and I'm like, oh, that was really fast focus.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
like,
Well, I'm going to make your decision harder. One of the things you'll miss is the switching the lenses. Remember, we went out and did night
yes,
photography. You
yes.
have the 16 millimeter 1.4. Like that makes magic, that lens.
So here's what I thought I would do. I'm gonna put them both on eBay. First one
What?
goes. First one goes is the first one that goes.
No.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
don't do that. That's
yeah.
crazy.
You know what? They'll both go at the same time.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm like,
buy it now.
I'd like to request a refund.
Cancel,
With my
cancel.
stapler.
Yeah. You're going to have to move
That's
to the
my
basement.
stapler.
So I have been trying to sell stuff myself. Let me lower my levels here just a little bit. I have been, I sold a lot of my Canon stuff, and I tried to sell my Canon 5D Mark IV, but, a certain reseller only wanted $700 for it. I'm glad I kept it.
Right.
5D Mark IV is... Did you see my latest video?
I saw it pop up on my YouTube, my notifications. Something about do you lose something with
Yeah.
your sensors?
Yeah, to sort of the bridged version is what we always talk about, that the cameras nowadays are lifeless because they're so sharp and they don't have that character, that filmic character that our old cameras used to have. You know which camera people were mentioning was the Nikon, in the comments, the Nikon 700?
Yes.
D700?
D700.
They say that one had like a character, like a feel to it,
Dude,
that the later Nikons maybe didn't have. I don't know if you
right.
agree with that.
Right. That's the Trans 2 sensor of Nikon, because it was before they decided to go really entry level with the D600, and it was before they came out with the super monster D800. But that D700, people still use it,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's got a quality.
because exactly. It's just like you could taste the picture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
could taste the photo.
Yeah, yeah.
Like when you look at that photo, you're like, that's got something to it that's delicious.
I know. So
you know?
now, I tried to sell the Canon, and I'm glad it didn't sell. So think about that too. Like, think about before you sell something, whether you really want to or not. And the other thing is, like, I have so many little accessories that I don't use.
Exactly.
Tiny little junky plastic tripods that someone could use. I have this 1.4 extender, which is it makes like your Canon zoom lens even zoom more.
It's zoomier.
Yeah, 1.4 is the zoom, and it's so hard to sell stuff. Like, these are good. I'm putting the stuff up at good prices, and
Right.
I have a Canon 600EX flash, their flagship flash, which costs $500 new and maybe 300 used. I'm selling it for $100. And I got a guy yesterday, thank God, that was like, "Yo, this is can I just come and get it?" You know.
Now.
And then he didn't.
2 seconds.
And then he wrote and he would like apologize. And that's the thing with selling. It's like this pain, you know. Is it available? Is it available?
Yeah.
You want to ship?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
You want to ship it?
I like that deep voice. That's nice. Do it again. Do
you want to ship? So I don't know. Selling is you really have to either take a huge loss or, I mean, stuff is so piled up, you know.
Yeah, because like today, I asked you where would you look, because I wanted to make sure that I covered everywhere for price checking. I had already been on eBay, but I figured, where else can I go? Then you said that, you know, camera store that won't be named. Then you know, also Amazon. So I checked them all out, and so I said, you know, while I'm at that camera site that won't be named, I said, why don't I just see how much they would give me? So for the prices that I was going to list my entire XT3 kit, the lenses and batteries and everything, they were giving me like a third of what I would sell it on eBay for.
That's what I mean. They asked for it. Think about this: the Canon 5D Mark IV new is $2,500. Used is maybe like $1,000, $1,500, and they wanted $700. I mean, I know they want to make a profit, but it's crazy. It's better to It's good to sell to those places if you don't want the hassle. Like they give you, you know, just send it and it's over with.
You don't need them if you're not desperate for the money. You don't want to deal with the hassle. You just want to move the stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, that's quick, simple, and easy. So
you know what I hate? I hate these YouTube videos that are people getting rid of their stuff and then it's sponsored by that company.
Right. You know what? I'm not saying that because they're sponsoring this video. I would still sell it to them anyway.
I know. So one of the bigger YouTubers was sponsored by them, did a video, got a quote live. When he sold all his Nikon gear?
When he sold all his Nikon gear?
No, not that guy. Not that guy. Yeah, but he did that video too. The other guy and wife, they were selling, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They sold their Canon stuff and they were live talking to the camera store people and they got great prices. And then someone in the comments is like, I had the same camera, they gave me like a third, like you said, a third of the price.
And that's what it is. Like if I sold the XT3 on eBay good, anywhere from $800 to $1,200, right?
Yeah.
They were starting low six.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's a big
huge.
That's a big difference.
That's huge. That's a big difference. Yeah. 600.
So,
damn.
So I think in my case, the inconvenience of dealing with human beings is probably worth the extra money.
Yeah. I think also, let's flip it around. Those of you looking for used cameras, it's like the best time to buy. There's so many cameras on the market now with...
Hit me up.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
call me.
I bet there's going to be people that want your XT3. Are you willing to sell it on here?
I'll sell the whole kit, man. The whole kit. 2 batteries, the camera, the kit lens, the 18 to 55, the 35 to f2.
How much you want for it? $999?
16 millimeter.
$1,600.
You better give me like $2,000. You better come up with like $2,000.
Yeah, you know, it's that's a lot of good stuff there. But you should sell the stuff separately. I think you're going to make the most selling separately.
No, I'm going to put it all in one bundle and be like, no, bitch, buy it all. Ain't nothing coming out the package, you know.
I've gotten so snooty on my Facebook selling. This is how I do it, right? So I put the item up, and underneath it's like all friendly. It's like, hey, this is a great flash for you. I had a, you know, and then under it says, here's how I sell. Number 1, I don't respond to, is it available? Number 2, tell me you can pick it up. Number 3, whoever gets to the item first. You know, this whole thing about, you know, someone's coming on Thursday or Friday. If someone's going to pick it up now, they win. I'm sorry.
Right. This is a cash first business world, sir.
Sir. Excuse me, sir. Sir. Yeah.
Please. Attention, please. He's got the cash.
He's got the cash. Yeah. You are Friday in the... No.
If Jorge cancels, I'll have room for you, Susan. All right? Right now, it's Jorge's camera.
Yeah, so I'm super snooty in my responses. And the last one I say is, and it's funny, it worked. I said, stop lowballing or stop off. You know, the item that I'm selling is this much new, this much used, and mine is like 50% off the used price. Like, you can't go lower.
You can list something for $1 that's worth $2,000, and someone will say 50 cents.
I'll give you 50 cents.
50 cents cold. 2 case quarters. Do you know what a case quarter is?
No.
All right. So when I was in the Marine Corps, some South Carolina people taught me what a case quarter is. Some guy used to walk up to me all the time and say, "Hey, yo, Mo, can I get a case quarter?"
Case quarter.
I'm like, "You want 25 cents?" "Nah, man. I said a case quarter." So a case quarter is a real full quarter as opposed to 2 dimes and a nickel.
Oh, really?
That's what it is.
Like
down
for
south.
what? To play arcade games?
So they could get some sodas or something, or pay the parking meter.
Oh, the parking meter. Yeah.
Yeah. So you need a case quarter for that as opposed to 2 dimes and a nickel.
Oh, that's so funny.
So sorry for hijacking the show for that, but
that is useful, useless information.
Right. Now you know.
Yeah. I forgot what I was saying.
The whole point. See, because I was so distracted by the case quarter.
No, you got me.
But the whole thing is we're saying if you're going to sell something, no matter when you go to sell something, no matter what price you offer, and no matter how great it is,
that's it. They want a case quarter.
3, 4, 5 people are going to lowball you. When I do eBay, I always do flat price, best offer. Right?
Yeah, I love the best offer. Yeah.
But I have if it's below this, just
they get smacked away by eBay. Like they're just get away, child. Yeah.
So what did I just sell on eBay? I don't remember what I just
eBay's
sold.
Rough. You think
I sold the Viltrox. I sold my Viltrox on eBay, and I had it at a good price. I had it for like 2 something, low 2 something, and my rejecting thing was rejecting $75, $100. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, like who's going to take that offer? Why bother?
Yeah.
If someone's listing it for $260 and you're telling them $75, you're disrespecting yourself and me. You know.
Oh my gosh, I love. I sold Viltrox too. I sold Viltrox lens, and the guy came really fast, picked it up. I had it for super cheap. That's why I was like, I sold it for like $50.
Oh, that is super cheap. Well,
I got it as a review unit, so the $50 goes back to producing more videos. You know, so
my thing was, I didn't want to sell the Viltrox because I love the pictures that came out of it, but I'm like, when's the last time I used it?
Yeah.
So don't think because both Omar and I sold it, it's a garbage lens.
Oh, it's a great lens. It totally is a great lens.
It's an amazing lens. So if you're out there looking to pick it up, pick it up. It's I think it's better than the 23 millimeter f2 for Nikon.
For Fujifilm, you mean, or Nikon?
For Fujifilm. Sorry.
Oh, dreaming about Nikon, are you? I know you're looking at the Z6.
I was holding the Z7 too the other day, so you know.
I know. I'm watching you.
So no, but I can't go back. I can't go back.
Oh my gosh. Well, I was gonna say that we're going back to what a great time to buy used. You already know about my Fujifilm X70, how happy that's made me. And I bought, and that was under 400. The guy was selling that camera for $375 or something. Like that was so cheap for that camera because people are selling them for $500. That's like a cult camera now, you know, since Fujifilm doesn't want to update it. And then my X-T20 in pristine condition, the second one I bought, because the first one was like killed.
Yeah, it was not pristine.
Yeah, this one I'm keeping nice, you know, not using it too much, almost as a symbol that the channel that made me on YouTube. That was only $400. So if you're in the used market for a used, not only Fujifilm, but DSLRs, like if you buy an older DSLR, a couple of $100. And Mo and I talk about this all the time. What camera would we recommend for someone new? And it's definitely something used.
Always used.
You know?
Always used. Especially if you're starting out, a DSLR right now, with all you can get those really cheap lenses for the Canon 5D.
You could shoot weddings, man, for like less than $1,000. You could have like a 5D Mark III,
you do not need mirrorless in
No,
2021.
no.
No, it's a luxury. It's something appreciated for my old eyes. But if you're 18 and you got 20/20, you don't need to pick yourself up a mirrorless.
Yeah,
You
and
don't.
it depends what, like if you're doing landscape photography too and it's raining out and it's crazy cold, like a DSLR is great in your bag. There is no mirror.
Think about that.
Yeah,
They have the what over they're recommended for over 200 to 500,000 actuations. I mean,
it's crazy. Yeah, that's what I
and
would own. The only thing is it's weight. You have to sort of
it's a young
weigh. I was
man's
about to
game
say you have
or
to
a young
weigh
woman's game.
your options.
Ooh, he's punny.
Because I don't ever want to bring the Canon anywhere, even though it's like a fun camera now. I do video and photograph the kids with it, but I'll always pick a smaller camera to walk around, and that's the thing. That's you know.
That is the thing. And see, that's where I'm battling with selling the XT3 or the X100F because I prefer the X100F's compactness when I'm out on the street, this, that, and the other. But to be honest with you, if I'm in the restaurant taking food picture, the quality you get out of the XT3 is second to none in that price range in that group.
Yeah.
You have options. That 16 millimeter f1.4
All right.
at a restaurant.
I'm gonna throw something at you.
Don't throw. I'm delicate.
So look, here's the thing: the X100F is the X-Trans 2 sensor, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
So that sensor is very similar to the XT3, even though the XT3 is the Trans 4 sensor. I would say, why don't you, I mean, it's going to be a worse focuser, but get another X100S. That has the same sensor as the X70. No, you won't?
No, because I met someone before purchasing the F to try out the S.
Oh, okay.
Because my son had my old S. So I went and I played with
I
it.
thought you said he has your old ass.
My old S, X100S.
Boy, I thought he worked out.
That's right. He's muscular. So anyway.
Yeah.
So I played around with it, and no, it is drastically in 2021.
Yeah, you know what?
For the spoiled, all right? For the spoiled like I am, it's too slow.
Yeah, but maybe you want to zone focus with it, or
it's too slow. ISO 400 was grainy. There's a lot of reasons why I found I didn't want it.
Yeah.
I made all the excuses for why I needed better.
I'm
honest.
Yeah.
I'm honest.
It's so old. Yeah, you like the new
so
stuff.
old. It doesn't have a lot of the film simulations that I want either.
Yeah, that's true. Have you tried Eterna?
No.
No, so if you should film yourself with the XT3. I think that would change your mind immediately. The video I just posted was filmed with the XT3. I don't use it often because it
has a 30-minute limit.
Has a limit. Sometimes it shuts itself off like in 15 minutes. So.
Yeah, you're selling me real well.
No, sorry, but it's
I have
great.
Enough problems. I have enough problems. That's why when I got rid of the A7 III and I'm keeping the 66.
Yeah.
A6600 because this has been the first point and go video camera I've had. Period. I have not had a zero. Oh, I just jinxed everything.
Yeah. Well,
I've had zero problems with the A6600.
Why don't you use that for photography?
I'm going to.
So get rid of everything and just use that. What's the matter? You don't want to be a Sony boy? Oh,
let me tell you why. Again, my pampered, spoiled butt doesn't want to sell everything and just keep this one, because I have this positioned on my desk already for filming.
Yeah.
And it's the settings are locked in for filming. And if I used it for street, I would have to, play with the settings.
Oh, I got to teach you about. All right, next time we're together, I'll teach you on the scroll wheel. There's a thing called MR. It's a memory one, and if you just set the memory, you just switch the dial to MR on the dial, and it goes back to whatever you have here.
Gotcha.
And you're allowed 3 MRs on the Sony. So one of them is my family filming. It's auto ISO, auto shutter, auto aperture, auto white balance, and the microphone level is set. And I go to MR and I can film the kids right away.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then the regular movie mode is my YouTube, 4K, sometimes 30 frames a second, that kind of thing.
This is why I did not sell the little Sony lens, because I do plan to take it back out to the street.
Hey, I got an idea for a video. You ready? Let's do.
Already.
All right, let's do. I have that same. Where is it? Is it here? Yeah, here it is. Junkie, Mr. Junkie Lens. So why don't we do a video where we both go out with this cheap lens? Omar and Moe shoot the crappy Sony kit lens.
Well, it's not crappy. Don't be disrespecting.
All right.
All right. Hey, first of all, hey, welcome to the Moe and O photo show.
Oh, dun, dun, dun.
My name is Mo Morales.
We need no introduction. I think if you've been around,
Omar.
we have 2,000 subscribers. Do you know that?
Well, we're big time.
That's right.
You better slow down. Son.
Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We hope you enjoy hanging out with us. Sometimes we forget we're doing a show and that you're there, and it starts to get creepy when we think about that.
Yeah, like, especially, Enrique. I know what you're doing.
I love Enrique. He always comments.
Oh, he's the best.
We have Danny.
All our guys
we have Danny that comments.
Danny, Enrique, Fernando, Nick, all of them. Awesome.
Yeah, we have regulars, which we love.
Yeah, and I feel bad because people who I want to name but weren't named, and they're all hurt now. They're like, oh, these guys suck.
You know who you are.
Yeah, you're all the best. But anyway, so
listen.
What
were you gonna bring up? Because I had something for you.
No, I was just gonna say the same thing. Like, wrap up the first part of our whole bibble here, that it's okay to sell now because we're all gear whores, right? So it's okay to sell now because you're not doing anything. And now is the perfect time to reevaluate your gear. So when the world opens back up, you can then start accumulating new stuff, so that you know what you need now.
Yeah,
so get rid of what you are not needing and start thinking about what you do need.
Yeah,
gas is real, people. I spread it.
Gas is super real. I've had less gas. I think the COVID situation and the pausing in life has really helped me try to, like Peter McKinnon. He's been trying to be a minimalist. I think if the amount of, do I really need this? Look at this little movie Cars,
Nice. But wait, can Peter McKinnon call himself a minimalist when he has like a $5,000 pour over coffee cup maker thingy?
I think he's getting rid of most of his camera stuff.
Oh, okay. Life is not minimal, just his camera stuff.
So
okay.
I have been sort of just using less lenses. It's really liberating. Like sometimes I bring 5 lenses to a shoot, and I've been just using 2, and it's so much better. Just 2 lenses. One of them's the 50, which is my favorite, and the other is the Sigma 70 to 180 if I want to zoom. And I just get great portraits, and I feel happy. I think if every time I have too much stuff, it just makes me nervous. So sometimes that's liberating.
That's why I thought about, what, I can get rid of everything and just stick to this Sony. I have a 16 millimeter. I have the kit lens 16 to 55. I have a 85 millimeter f1.8. So I have a good range of lenses for this one system. But pampered, spoiled. I love having a Fuji.
Yeah, the Fuji's
I love talking about Fuji. I love shooting with a Fuji. Both of the Fujis I have, I really, really enjoy. If I had to take one or the other, I wouldn't be upset. It's just I would always go with the lighter kit when I'm going to do
keep the
street walk.
X100F. I think you have your answer. You have a Sony kit.
No, because again, it goes back to that viewfinder. It's so melty delicious.
True.
That focus is so delicious. When I want to hold a real man camera, that's sexist. I shouldn't say that. When I want to hold a real camera that's beefy and meaty, the XT3 fits the bill, So it's a true torn between A and B for me. It's not like I could simply just, because me, I sell stuff the minute I wake up.
Yeah.
I can't figure out which one to sell here. So that's how much I really like these 2 cameras.
Well, let's stick on this topic because we're almost we're like 30 minutes in. So let's finish with this topic. What are some of your used lens and camera recommendations you think for someone that is trying to maybe start a business? What do you think they should get?
So if you're trying to start a business, I think always have a 35 millimeter, right? I
Oh,
think
full
if
frame or APS? What do you think they
I was
should
I was,
get?
I was I was just gonna say that. So if you're shooting APS-C, right, which most of the viewers we have are like Fuji shooters and stuff like that, they're shooting ASPC sensor. So a 35 millimeter, which gives you the 50 millimeter full frame equivalent, is a must.
Yeah, it's like
Is
very
a straight
versatile.
must.
Yeah, versatile.
Right. The F2, you can get away with that. You don't have to get the noisy. Now this is if you pick up a Fuji, you don't have to stick with the F 1.4, which is loud, obtrusive, slow focusing. You would be better served with a used 35 millimeter F2 with an XT2.
Yeah, yeah. I would say
XT2
my
is about $500,
my
if
only
that.
hesitation in recommending Fujifilm for pros is it depends what they do. If you're doing mostly portraits, you could get away with shooting Fujifilm's slower autofocus. It does miss that camera,
Gotcha.
especially some of the older lenses. But think about if you're shooting once in a lifetime events. I would recommend if you're buying used, either go with a Sony A7 III used. I mean, if you're starting a business, you could invest into that business. So you're going to need
Right.
a camera and you're going to need an array of lenses. Now,
And that
one,
Sony A7 III, like you're saying, it's 2017 body, but it still
it's
beats the
still
crap out of some
beating. I
2021
know,
cameras.
I know. And it's the camera I use in my business right now. I'm not 100,000% in love with how the files they don't look. This is what my video was about. They're not very flavorful. You do need to do post processing, tones and tone curves and color processing. However, with the eye autofocus, if you're shooting a wedding, the speed of the camera, I think like if you're shooting pro work, a used Sony A7 III is what I would recommend for a new pro. And if they're on a budget, maybe get a Sigma MC11 adapter and put on some older Canon lenses on there to start to do your portraits or kid work or baby work. And then you can move to Sony glass, although that starts to get a little too expensive.
But I sincerely think, since you suggested, I think first of all that's it. That's the hands in, hands down camera. The seven
For
A7 III.
money, the value, money, when you're starting out, I
If
agree.
you're starting a business, yes, anywhere between 800 for a low quality one to 1400 for a good, well preserved one. That's a great investment. Plus, it has so many third party lenses. You don't have to stick to the Sony, because the Sigma uh,
MC11.
24 to 70. No, I'm saying
Oh, the
the
lens
Sigma
itself,
24 to
yeah.
70 f2, amazing. F2.8,
Actually,
amazing.
you just brought up a great point.
The
Why
Tamrons,
get a whole array of lenses? You could just start out with a zoom, like a good zoom like
right,
that. Yeah.
right. So you can get a Sigma 24 to 70 f2 for the Sony for anywhere between 800 to brand new 1199.
Now,
So
if you're doing less intense pro work, if you're
mhm,
shooting maybe more outdoor, natural light, I would say Canon or Fujifilm for the post processing ease. Fujifilm's colors, the raw files, just unbelievable. Like they're great to edit straight out of camera. If you're like a black and white shooter, although most clients, it's funny, most clients in my age group, they want everything in color. They don't
right,
want black and white. But you're totally good to go with Fujifilm cameras. I would say Canon cameras. The new ones are just way too expensive, and the Canon R EOS R only has one card slot. So I would say that if you are going Canon, get a used 5D Mark IV, 5D Mark III for portraits and kids. Yes, I'm recommending a DSLR because of all the cameras I've shot. The Canon ones are just so great for portraits. They
crispy.
crispy, they render, and the Nikons too. If you're a Nikon shooter, those cameras with those old lenses, they have character. They just, I don't know, those camera companies, that's the reason they've been around the longest. I still
Right.
think Sony is still trying to figure out, I shouldn't say that, they have not figured out the whole like film simulation thing.
Because they don't want that. They don't think their buyers want that. They think their buyers want static, crispy images so
Yeah.
that they can maneuver them. I think that has to be the play, because while they're JPEGs, what are they called? They're not simulations.
Film
Uh,
simulations? Oh, they're creative styles?
they're creative styles. While they're not atrocious. They're not garbage. They lack compared to the other people's stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and that's another thing. Like, first of all, that's just JPEG stuff, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, yeah.
So ultimate,
What about let's forget pros. What are some used cameras for like a travel casual photographer, like your friend? You know, they always ask us the same question. What camera should I buy? I always used to recommend like the Rebel series and all that stuff. But now with the used market, what should a travel, I'm going to throw in a bag photographer get, you think?
listen, it all depends on how much weight you want to carry. Like anywhere from the XT20 is still an amazing camera with swappable
That's
lenses
what I was going to
to
say. Yeah, the 18 to
or
55 XT20, great travel camera.
or you can go with one of the Sony RX 100s. The
Good.
RX 100.
Although those are
Anywhere.
still expensive used. Yeah.
Well, listen, they still sell the one, the two, the three. I recommend the three. The three, it still has the 24 to 70 f2 lens or f2.8 lens,
Yeah.
and or f1.8. It was the best lens in the cycle before they went to the 6, which then became a 24 to 200 and
Yeah, some
something.
crazy zoom. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it destroyed the whole thing. But I loved that camera. It was
Oh
this
yeah, you
big,
loved
ready
it.
to
Where
go.
is it? You
Loved it.
loved it.
I loved it for the minute. I got things to do. I gotta move. I gotta move. I gotta move. I just bumped the mic everywhere.
Yeah, so I have too many cameras, but the only one that, like, we talked about this before, but the only one that really makes sense to get rid of is the XT2, because I use the XT3 and the XT20. The XT2 just sits around, but I don't want to get rid
You know
of it.
what?
I just don't want to get rid of it. So
You don't have to get rid of it. Listen, to be honest with you, I'm thinking maybe I won't get rid of anything.
hey, you want
But
to? How about this? How about you get rid of those and I let you borrow my XT2 for a couple of months? Oh,
no, I outgrew the XT2. Again,
oh, look at that.
again, it's the viewfinder. If
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah, the
have a body,
viewfinder. You
if
do.
I'm
You
gonna have
are
a
a
body,
stupid eye shooter. Yeah, that's why your
I'm
glasses are always stupid greasy.
because I'm like, oh, look at. I rub my glasses. Oh yeah, click click. I feel like Casey and hold still, Ellen. Hold still. Yeah. Ow, missed it.
Photographer.
But no, I'm an eye shooter. I can't help it.
Yeah, yeah, I
So
know.
to me, viewfinder. Once I put my eye up to like that's another thing that would be a drawback for the Sony. It would be that
The
the
viewfinder's
viewfinder
small. Yeah.
is small. It's not as crispy. It doesn't refresh as fast. It's just a whole bunch of stuff.
Anyway,
Anyway, and then besides the Sony and the Fujis, you could still also pick up some other cameras that are third party in as far as cameras concerned, like some Panasonics,
yeah,
the
G7,
GH5,
G9. Yeah,
yeah, those things are like still great for video. They're still great for if you want to be a wedding video guy. Those are great things to
GH5.
start.
Yeah, the
Yeah, the
GH4,
GH5.
GH5. People still love those for video. They're still kicking
Exactly.
butt.
And then you could always go GoPro. Hey,
GoPro, don't knock it.
imagine shooting a wedding on a GoPro. Imagine that.
Low light and
Low light
catastrophe.
nightmare.
You know who you are like now? The everyday dad. You know the everyday dad?
Hey guys, what's up? He sounds like Peter McKinney, doesn't he? What's up?
Yeah. Oh no. But the everyday dad is always like, "This is the best ever," and it gets sold just like you. Like a couple weeks later, he sells
Listen,
all these
it
cameras.
doesn't mean it's not true. It doesn't mean it's not true. Every time I felt something was the best or I loved, it was how I felt at that time.
Oh.
And you know what? It doesn't mean that I changed my feeling on the XT2. I still love the images that come out of it. I just feel manipulating that camera after using the XT3 for so long is a step back. That's all. You know what? And that's why with the X100F having a similar sensor to the XT2, I could feel comfortable having that sensor shooting in my life without losing what I have on the XT3. But if I sell one,
Why don't you not sell them?
what?
Why don't you just keep them?
Because I got it in my mind that I'm going to sell one now.
Yeah, I know. It makes
That's
no
it.
sense.
That's
It
all
sounds
it
like
is.
you like
That is-
both.
I like to sell. That's what it
Yeah, damn. Be a day trader, yo.
is. Hey now.
All right, guys. Thanks
easy.
for hanging out with us. This was fun. This was a sell or not sell video. Tell us what you would sell.
I won't sell you. I would never sell you, Omar. You're my man.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out with us. We had fun. Oops, this way. Nope, you were right the first time. There you go.